All right, we're gonna do the engine now. So go ahead and do it like this. If you was on a test, you know, you'd be on your own.
Okay, passenger side general hoses, properly mounted and secured at both ends, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and they are not leaking. My belt driven alternator, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. All the wires are attached or connected. The belt, properly mounted and secured, no cracks, it's not cracked or dry rotted. And the free play should be between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. General hoses on my driver's side, properly mounted and secured at both ends, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and they're not leaking. My gear driven air compressor, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's not leaking. My gear driven power steering pump, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's not leaking. Oil dipstick, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, filled to factory specs, checked by pulling it out. Water pump, belt driven water pump, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, it's not leaking. The belt is properly mounted and secured, it's not cracked or frayed, and the free play should be between 1/2 and 3/4 of an inch. Coolant reservoir, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, it's not leaking, and it's filled to factory specs. Power steering reservoir, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, filled to factory specs, and it's not leaking. Steering gear and hoses, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. The hoses, properly mounted and secured at both ends, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and they are not leaking. Steering linkage, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, no missing castle nuts or cotter pins. Spring arms, properly mounted and secured at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken. Springs, leaf springs, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, none are shifted or missing. U-bolts, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, none are missing. Shock absorber, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, and it's not leaking. Brake chamber, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, it's not leaking. The hose, properly mounted and secured at both ends, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts, and it's not leaking. Slack adjuster and push rod, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. With the brakes released and pulled by hand, it shouldn't move any more than an inch. Brake drum, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. Brake lining, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, free of oil and debris, and the friction material is not worn dangerously thin. My steer tire, properly mounted and secured, no abrasions, bulges, or cuts in either the sidewall or the tread area. The tread should not be any less than 4/32, and air pressure is filled to factory specs, checked with a air gauge, tire gauge. My rim, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. There's no illegal welds. Lug nuts are all properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. No rust trails or powdery residue, and there are no cracks around the bolt holes. Hub seal, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. It's not leaking. It's filled to manufacturer specs, and there are no missing bolts.
All right. On the alternator, you said the belt was dry rotted. It's just remember it's cracked and not cracked or frayed.
Cracked or frayed.
And you said it right over here.
Not cracked or frayed.
Yep. Steering gearbox and hose. And hose is hose.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did the hoses.
Well, you didn't say steering gearbox. You said dang, you said something else. I know you said something. You didn't say steering gearbox. So just make sure you call it steering gearbox.
Okay.
And you said over here, spring arms and their spring hangers, front and back. You
spring hangers.
Yeah, you said spring arms on those.
Okay.
And their spring hangers. You started saying something else with the leaf springs. You called yourself, and you said leaf springs.
Right.
Shock absorbers, probably monitor secured at both ends.
I didn't say both ends.
No, you didn't say both ends.
Okay.
And that was it. That was pretty much it. You know, which engine, you know, everybody gets pretty good. You got that down pretty good. You know, so that's good.